We tried to communicate, to get our heads a bit free.
We were 1.3 to P1, which is not a little bit.
This is a bit unfortunate with that one car in front of me. I think otherwise it would have been perfect.
The start was absolutely crazy. I was really like a kamikaze in the first corners.
He was driving fast, he was pushing, he was overtaking.
It was really important that Robert today the checkered flag. I think it gave him definitely confidence back. I took really a lot of experience from this race.
That's where we are. We know where we stand, we know where we can improve on, and we will give our best to do that.
We wanted to be first just at the beach, but we chose the racetrack.
Coming from a Côte d'Azur by Le Castellet, where we had a good weekend finally again. I love this track, the atmosphere, being right at the beach.
I'm really happy to be back here in Zandvoort because last year was just amazing. I think that was one of my best races I had in my life.
Here was the first time last year where we were on the podium.
Of course that we want to end up at least the same like last year. Most of the drivers in free practice 2, they had new tires. We didn't. We thought that the gap will be quite big, but actually when I was driving, I was around P3 with the old tires and just 3/10 to P1. Really good, because in the past I had the problem that I always need like 2-3 laps to get on my limit. That's something what I improved from the last races, and I'm really happy about that.
So we felt really confident with Gabi. We said, okay, there is no need to put on the new tires for her. Let's just make Robert a bit more feel into the track. It was the right choice to give Robert the new tires to just really be prepared for qualifying. Unfortunately, when Robert went out, he made a little mistake, which can happen really easy on this track. When you miss before turn 7 a little bit the line, it's really hard to see it because you are going uphill and you don't really see the edge, the asphalt. You really need to hit this corner in the right angle. He just missed it a little bit, but it had like a half spin into the gravel. Obviously, this is not like the best preparation from the free practice. He was driving just a few laps with like scratched tires, but he was cool. I believed him, and then we went into qualifying.
To have fun, to enjoy the drive, to enjoy driving with new tires on this beautiful track. I'm just going to have fun with it. I don't have any expectations. I just want to have fun, and that's how I'm going to treat this qualifying.
Okay, Robert, start the engine and be prepared. Start the engine.
We were the last car to leave the pits to do the qualifying, and where we went out, there was a red flag.
We still have 11 minutes on the clock, Robert. It's not an issue. Okay, no problem. We don't go out immediately. We wait a second. Auto pause.
I only really had 5 laps left to put a lap in. It's a bit more risky, but also in the last minutes of the qualifying, that's always where the best times are driven, and we really wanted to use that with the peak of the tire. There was an opportunity to do it, but there was a car in front of me.
So he could not push as much as he wanted. If we calculated like the all sector times, it would be possible to make 6/10, which would help us like 5th places to the front.
So obviously what happened in Red Bull Ring, where I crashed into another car, it was penalized. I think I qualified in P16 today, so I will start tomorrow from P21.
Okay, session is green now, Gabi, session is green. And all cars in the pit lane. Currently our 7 cars are out. At the moment we have about 20 cars out, 20 cars out. Okay, Gabi, be prepared, be prepared. So, wir schicken das Auto jetzt raus, In front of you, it's still there in front of you. It's a good track position at the moment. Behind you is a faster car, it's still there in front of you. Okay, Gabi, box, we have a red flag, box.
And now we have 8 minutes remaining, where we have to now get in a good lap time in so we can start the race. So now it's do or die.
I went out and in the first push lap it started to rain. The grip wasn't really there in the lap, which should be the lap. It started to rain more and more.
Because of the conditions, some cars went a bit wider. There was really a lot of sand on the track, and this changes everything. So she had her best lap time, in theory, and she lost it just because of the sand.
But then I knew that I have a last lap. I just pushed completely to the limit.
Other drivers were seeing, okay, it doesn't make sense to continue because the rain is getting worse, and they drove to the pit and she was like the only car left on the track and she was still trying, and this was basically not giving up was the right decision. She learned from the situation. She knew where is the sand, where to avoid, where to be careful, where to position the car. And she just managed under harder conditions to still improve her lap time. For me, in this situation, I think this was the best out of it. The best. P8 was like P1 for me in this moment because the rain just made it like this.
I'm gonna start my race now, soon, in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't want to say that it's gonna be hard because it's always like that, but
Try to gain some places at the start and just see that you get through safely, keep the car in one piece, and then I think you can only gain.
we don't know how the weather be like, to be honest. Like now we still have dry, but actually in the middle of the race should start to rain.
I had no contacts. I could overtake some cars at the beginning, but I couldn't really find in my rhythm. During the race, some cars overtook me again, and I overtook them back again, and it was really a back and forth. I didn't really gain much. Close to the driver change, though, it started to rain. That got a little bit more tricky because we also had a full course yellow before, and we decided to pit in.
We expected that if it's gonna rain, they will put a red flag. If there will be red flag, everyone can change their tires, and then will be safety car restart, and everybody else has to do the driver change. If it would be like this scenario, we would be after the safety car restart and the first lap of it, we would be P1.